Still Alice is about a 50-year-old woman. She's a Harvard professor, and she starts experiencing some episodes of forgetting that don't seem quite normal. Ultimately, she is disturbed enough by what's going on to see a doctor, and she becomes diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. So the book is about the descent into dementia at this very young age from this very lofty cerebral height. And so it's also about what happens when you've placed all your worth and identity in your job, which is something I think a lot of people do, and you're no longer able to be that. You're no longer there. This disease strips Alice's ability to be a professor. So she struggles with questions like, how do I matter now, and who am I, and tries to reconnect in her relationships for as long as she can, all the while the disease is getting worse. I think telling the story from Alice's point of view was the most powerful choice. I think, of course, we lose what's going on inside the thoughts of her husband and her children and colleagues. But I think what we gain is so much more important and so much more compelling. The lion's share of everything written about Alzheimer's is written by clinicians or caregivers. So we rarely get to sit in the seat of someone with Alzheimer's. So by telling the story from Alice's point of view, yes, it gets less reliable as we go along and her disease worsens and Alzheimer's takes away her ability to be a reliable observer of what's happening. But you're sitting right up against her Alzheimer's, and it should feel uncomfortably close at times. The response so far to the book from the Alzheimer's community has been overwhelmingly positive. I hear things like, you really nailed it, you got it right, thank you, with tears in eyes, thanking me for telling their story, for giving what they're going through a voice. It's not just a story about Alzheimer's, it's a story about what makes a meaningful life and how do we matter and how do we connect with the people that we love with all that we have while we're here. And so I think it works whether you are in the trenches with people that you love with Alzheimer's or if you don't know anyone with Alzheimer's. It's a story about so much more.